आपको लिए चलेंगे मुल्तान, जहां पर इंटरनेशनल कार्डियोलॉजी कॉन्फ्रेंस का नेशनल मेडिकल यूनिवर्सिटी में आगाज हो गया है।
Which was also supported by the Professor Han, which was one of the co-author of this study. She said that there are inequalities in a lot of different contexts, but someone is suffering from the heart attack, you might expect that there would be no gender difference. But every physician will go on trying to save their patient's life. More research is needed to determine why this disparity is between the heart attack and how it can be resolved. So the take-home message is that first line of the defense is awareness and more information becoming available to more women every day. Whereas much more work is needed to understand the gender gap in heart attack survival. The new findings do imply having more female representation in the hospital, which may save the life. The leaders in emergency medicine, whether directors, department chairs, would consider that women cardiologists are an asset beyond being diverse workforce. So this is the group in our social setup in South Asian countries, which really get benefit from the care of the female physician. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Khalda Sumrusnala. As a person, as a doctor, as a cardiologist, it is our duty to tell the patient to quit smoking. However, guided, so I will talk my friend from Peshawar, Dr. Dhruv, to talk on the topic, how can the cardiologist effectively help patient to quit smoking?
So, the topic is very difficult to say and to convince your patient or the person who you want not to be your patient to quit smoking. So, coming about something about the statistics, that tobacco use more than 6 million annual deaths globally, and half of the millions individuals die from cigarette smoking or second-hand smoking. The life expectancy is about 10 years shorter than non-smokers, and each year more than 150,000 US adults, because they have documented data, age 35 years and older die from smoking. And this is our part. That about 30 to 50% of ACS patients are smokers at the time of arrival, and up to 20 to 40% are ex-smokers. Now, usually the prognosis during the hospital stay is almost the same, but the long-term follow-up demonstrated the risk of recurrence of complications or of death are more among the smokers, and especially in those who continue to smoke. The rate of smoking cessation following ACS is quite high, but the recurrence or the return to the habit is about 20%. And the main concerns are lack of interest of the physician in that. Something about that, how a person starts smoking or continue to smoke. There are multiple reasons. The interpersonal, the community, organizational and society. So you can see that younger age, they have more tendency to smoking. Different race, smoking have different types. So like if you take the Pathans, they are usually, when you ask them, aap cigarette peete, they say never, I have never. But when you ask that do you use snuff, so almost 90% of the people are snuff addict. So then the sexual, as madam told, that there is concern because we usually reluctant to ask from a female patient whether you are smoking or not. So this is also a concern that we don't even think about the smoking of a female patient. If we don't want to prevent further smoking of a female patient, ultimately the mortality will be high. Something is, if your friend is smoking, you will always be one of them because the man is known by the company he keeps. And family, it goes in the family. If father is smoking and he is not telling his sons to quit smoking or don't smoke, so it goes in the families. Same as schools, workplaces, and advertisement. Previously, the cricket slogan was whenever there was a test match, there was a cigarette, permanent cigarette advertisement. Now it has been banned. The cigarette smoking, it causes different diseases, more than 200 diseases. But talking about coronary artery disease, the nicotine has its own role, the carbon monoxide has its own role, and the other oxygen species like free radicals has own roles. They can lead into atherosclerosis, thrombosis, and worse atherosclerotic conditions. Most of the interventions are there. The people who are smoking, they have worse coronaries, and they can lead to asthmogenesis and can lead to cardiac death. These are some of the least harm and most harm conditions. You can appreciate from medical nicotines, although it is a replacement, but still they are hazardous. The nicotine replacement therapies, then the electronic cigarettes is second least one, and the smokeless tobacco like snuff, and they come into the categories of the harm, most harmful conditions. And then the cigarettes, pipes and hookahs, they are the most harmful things in smoking. One important thing is we must accept this thing, this nicotine has addiction, they have dependency. We usually say that smoking have no addictions. So it is worth saying that as an addictive substance, nicotine on a milligram per milligram basis, and it is 10 times more potent than heroin. So there is basically two types of dependencies. One is physiological, which is nicotine dependent, which definitely needs treatment. And the other one is behavioral, that the people think that when I smoke, I relieve my anxiety, I become more competent, so there needs behavioral therapies. And these are the nicotine withdrawal effects, all of the things, irritabilities, anxieties, difficult to concentrate, impaired performance, insomnias, all of the things that nicotine withdrawal can happen. And usually you can see that whenever the people are, those who are smokers, they know better that at morning, because I have stress, I have to do a lot of work, so they take a smoke. With morning coffee, they take a smoke. Whenever there is chatting, they take a smoke. They relieve the anxiety, cheering the company. So all these things, even at the good night, they take a smoke. WHO have made strategies, and the two important things are on our part. That protecting people from tobacco smoke, that offering help to quit tobacco use and warnings. Benefits of quitting smoking is quite almost equal at 15 years. And then if the patient have MI and there is intervention, so 55% have the ability to quit smoke. Then health professional advice helps almost 2 times than if you are not intervening. In this 5 A's are very important.
इंटरनेशनल कार्डियोलॉजी कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए तारुफी सेमिनार नेशनल हॉल में जारी है।